What's good, YouTube? I'm just over here crate digging, trying to find some joints to sample. And I'm over here listening to this Super Disco Breaks record. That is right there what you're listening to now. That is Catch a Groove by Juice. And as a matter of fact, the break is coming up. That's what these records are normally sold for. So people who can't like find the original, they can get the drums off of this, you know. I don't know if the quality would be the same as the original record, but I mean, you know, people who like to get drums off vinyl, you know, there it is right there. So that's a nice little tool to have in your arsenal, you know, if you're really strong about having drums straight off of vinyl, you know, something that's like my man Pete Rock, Primo, something that they would do, you know. I mean, I guess to another extent Dilla too. Well, most of the old school, you know, producers probably started out like that, but in this day and time, you know, you got drums in folders on the internet for free. So I mean, I guess it's a sign of the times, you know. But you still got a lot of analog enthusiasts, and that's the way they go. And you know, speaking of that, I got my crates of records up here. These are all the ones I got probably in the past 2 or 3 months. Let's see what we got over here. John Abercrombie. I'm not even going to try to front. Only reason I knew about John Abercrombie is because of Black Milk. On his video online, he said he sampled some John Abercrombie for the reunion joint he did with Slumville and Dilla. I don't know if this is the exact record that he used, but you know, when I saw it, I always remember the name John Abercrombie. So shouts out to Black Milk for that jewel, you know. I got some Crusaders, some Tangerine Dream, the Tramps. I don't even know who that is, but it looked like it'd be a dope 70s group. So I mean, hey, I had to grab it. Let me see, rock, musical, hair. I just grabbed it. Hey, Temptations, something random. Les McCann, some Jizza. Had some hip hop in here. Karma, some Gloria Lynn. I'm not gonna sit here and go through all my record stuff. Y'all got y'all listing paper, writing them down right now probably. But what I will do is I will pull up the sample that I chopped last night and started working on it. Let me turn off my fan. My studio gets hot as hell, so I have to keep that fan on me at all times. But besides the point, let me see. Yeah, I chopped this track up last night, and I spent 2 to 3 hours on it before I went to sleep. Let me see. I'm gonna play the original sample, and then I'll show you how I chopped it up. Okay, well, you know, if you hear the sample, you're feeling it, you know. If you like me, or, you know, I don't know how you choose your samples, but, you know, you want to pick a sample that kind of either invokes an emotion or something that you really feel. And, you know, I was really liking the dramatic, you know, feel of that intro. I think a lot of songs that people tend to sample, I like to say they get it from the intro. I mean, some people dig into the track a little bit, but for me, I think most of the time the part I want, it'll be in the intro. You know, if the intro don't grab me, then I feel like the rest of the song won't. But I mean, you could be wrong. I remember Kanye West said something about that too. He said normally he listens to an intro, and if it doesn't grab him in the first 5 or 10 seconds, then he moves on to the next record. You know, I mean, if you're impatient or patient, you know, whether the Coma record, really listen to the whole thing, or just get it and keep moving, you know. But with this one, I heard it in the first minute. And I actually recorded the whole first minute of the track. So here's the sample inside of Recycle, chopped up. I normally use, I used to use a program called Beat Creator. And my computer stopped recognizing it, so I had to move to Recycle. And people, I don't know if they're up on Recycle or not, it saves in a format called Rex. You got Rex original files and Rex 2 files. But if you're using recycle, you have to make sure your software can read. um, Ableton can, Reason can, and FL can. FL has a program in it called SliceX, and SliceX can read a lot of formats, and Rex is one of them. But here's the sample. And normally, sometimes I let the program chop it, but more times than not, I'll do my own chops, where I sit through the track and I'll just place my chops where I want them, to how I hear the beat, But here it is right here. Let me turn it up a little bit. Okay, I'm all over the sample, but you get the point. It's pretty much evenly chopped up all the way through the sample. I think it's a total of 19 bars when I counted it. But I chopped it up, saved it in Rex file format, then I imported it into FL. I pretty much knew how I was gonna lay the sample, so I spent more times on the drums than I did, with the sample itself. Because the sample was pretty much straightforward. In my opinion, it was. Let me see, I'm having a little bit of problems with FL. Okay, there we go. I got it back up. So I spent more time trying to pick out the right drums and layer the track out. Because the drums, like people say, are the skeleton to your beat. You want to make sure your track has a strong foundation. You can have the best soul sample in the world, but if your drums ain't tight, then the beat ain't gonna be tight. And in my experience, the way I learned how to get my drums right is when I did a lot of beat battles in, like I say, mid 2000s, 04ish. I don't know. I mean, up until now, I still do beat battles, but they will give you a crash course on drums, because if you don't have good drums in beat battles, you will not go far. Sometimes your drums can carry you in the beat battle, and they didn't. That's how I learned. I get out there and dudes would crush me. I mean, crush me. I had to go home and do my research bad, But like I said, I spend a lot of time on your drums, and learn how to mix them and get them crisp and tight. And for people who who like to research and study, I say go listen to Dilla, listen to Pete Rock, Primo, any of those producers, underground. You like, even Knife Wonder, tight drums. Just Blaze, he's a drum enthusiast. I mean, people, they're hardcore about their drums. I mean, most producers are, but that's still a few names of people who I like out there, But pick your tight drums and try to mix them down over your sample. But these are the drums I use and the pattern that I use for this beat. I'm gonna turn it down because it might distort a little bit. I'll come up a little bit closer. If you can see, I got let me mute some stuff out. Right there, that is actually an open hi-hat with delay on it. I got two hi-hats panned. I even got a scratch in there, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. A light tambourine, two snares, deep drum, and then two kicks blended. And that set the framework for my track, because I already knew how I wanted to put the sample. And this is how it sounds with the sample.